Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to something quite extraordinary, quite incredible, quite unlike anything you may have experienced in your life.
Joe, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Takeover Show. I'm your host, Misa, and as always, owner of Next Gen Sports and Duchies, Mr. Chuy Ooey Gooey.
What up, guys? Welcome back.
I like that nickname, bro. I like that nickname, Nog. Shout out to Ponchi, our boy Ponchi Herrera, man, for giving him that nickname right there. I love that. Anyways, guys, before we reintroduce our first important guest of the day, the only guest of the day. We want to give it's just one today, but we want to give a big shout out to our sponsor of this episode, our boy Angel, owner of Buena Vida CBD here at the Solana shops, or most people know it, Southern Park Mall. Yes, they're still open. Yes, this place is open, and they have great stuff for CBD for you and your pets. So come on in, guys, and support the people that support us. So all that being said, guys, we have a very cool guest coming in. Very interesting guest. I'm super excited. She is big on TikTok. She is a psychic medium from El Paso. Please give it up for our girl, Jessica Zamarripa.
Roll the R.
Zamarripa.
Roll it for me.
Ripa. Oh, wait. I'm spitting all over my mic, dude.
How'd you do it?
That's what she said.
The triple horn in that. Wow. Anyways, thank you so much. Thank you so much one more time for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you. You reached out a couple months ago, maybe a month ago.
About over a month ago.
A little over a month ago, and I was telling Jessica that we do get a good amount of people that would message us to get on the show, and it's not that I'm picky, but I want to make sure that whoever we have on as a guest has a great story to tell, and we want to show that to the great people of El Paso. So all that being said, for those who might not know who you are, can you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure. My name is Jessica Zamarripa. I am a psychic medium. But
You gotta roll it R.
I am Ripa. Double R. IPA. P as in Paul, because then I would get a T, and I'm like, no, it's a P. Okay, so I grew up in Segundo Barrio. So born and raised in El Paso.
Hey, Segundo Barrio.
I grew up in Segundo Barrio, yes.
Nice.
I'm a hood like that.
Yeah, she hood, dude.
I go from Hollywood to hood real quick.
Yeah, she came in and she was like, yo, what up, clan, what up? And I was like, ay, wey.
She's like, ¿puedo tirar barrio?
Con permiso?
Just kidding.
Can I do the gang sign on
Yeah,
on live?
We'll blur it out, but you can. Yeah, sure.
Throw it.
Just kidding. No. So, proudly from El Paso. I like to represent our city. I graduated from UTEP, so I'm a UTEP alumni. But that didn't work out for me, so now social media is working out for me.
Wow, congratulations on that. You're actually our second guest in a row that kind of similar story when it comes to social media. So obviously from El Paso, Segundo Barrio, how was that growing up? I mean, you always hear a bunch of stories about, Segundo Barrio, and it's a staple here in some sense in El Paso. How was life back then?
So, obviously, my mom crossed over in the 70s, I think early 70s, with two of my older brothers. I have 5 older brothers. I'm the only daughter and the youngest. And, of course, she crossed over and settled in Segundo Barrio. So, a hardworking mother. She was married at the time with my father, but that didn't work out. So, she became a single mother right when I was born. That's kind of fucked up, huh?
He's like, no, you know what? I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you had a girl? All right, then.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'm not even saying
Shit.
Fucking, he's got a... I know he watches.
I know. Hi, Dad.
He's probably the one that makes all the fake accounts.
Hey, we'll get into that too. But yeah, go ahead.
So then I grew up with the stepfather, which I thought was my father. But then later on in life, I learned that he was my stepfather.
Damn, it's like a novela.
It's a novela. My life is a novela. Follow me on TikTok. You'll find out everything.
Yeah.
So, and after my dad left, well, my stepfather, he left when I was 9. Then she was really a single mother. But we struggled. We always struggled. I remember we used to hide from the landlord and back then rent was like $300.
Right.
But we used to hide because my mom couldn't afford it. So when like the landlord would go, like he would knock on the door and we'd be like hiding scared because we didn't have money to pay, you know. But he was really good to us. I did see him kick out a lot of people with like everything outside. Oh my God. He never did that to us. So we were good. Like we've always been protected. I feel from a higher force, which I call God, you know, because I'm very spiritual. So we had hard times, times where we didn't even have to eat anything to eat. I grew up very, you know, humble, poor. I am going to say poor, less fortunate because that's what it was. We didn't have money. I mean, a Happy Meal was a luxury. It really was.
Oh shit.
But
were you like a chola?
I was a chola. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
Yo, what?
Look at my hoop.
Yo, I gotta dab that one.
The bigger the what? The bigger the hook? The bigger the hoe?
The bigger the hoe.
But respect, like going back to you said Happy Meal is a luxury because I come from Juarez and I know exactly what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
I mean? So it was a hard upbringing, but I think it's what, you know, has shaped me to be the woman that I am now. I have 5 older brothers, as I said. So growing up, my oldest brother became a teacher. So he was an inspiration for me to become a teacher and seek higher education.
El profe?
My second oldest brother also graduated from UTEP. So, he has a bachelor in psychology and I believe a master's in social work, if I'm not, or something like that. I'm sorry if I did you wrong on that one, but I know it's something like that. And then the other 2 were gang members.
Wow.
Yeah. So one is currently in prison right now. And I grew up seeing the difference from my 2 older brothers that were educated and the 2 middle ones that are not educated.
Right. You get to see both sides of the
world. And so I had to choose my path. And at a very young age, when I was in 3rd grade, I decided I want to be educated. I want to become a teacher and be educated and be somebody in life. Right. I also remember that when I was in Guillen Middle School, because I went to, you know, in the hood, the principal once told me, you're never going to do anything with your life, because I was constantly in her office because I wasn't chola. I was always in trouble.
Your hoops were too big.
My hoops were too big back in the day. So I used to get in trouble all the time. You know, I would get in fights. I would get in trouble in school. And I was constantly in her office. So she once as I was getting out of her office, she said that. She's like, you're never going to do anything with your life.
Fuck, a principal.
And that really stuck to me. And I was like, you know what, bitch? you're going to watch me.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? Life is great. Karma, dharma. We're going to get into that right now, the beliefs that I have, right? When I'm 35 now, but I think I was roughly 23, 24, and I had just graduated from UTEP. They had barely built the fountains. So I could be wrong on the dates, but more or less. I actually saw her. She was at Nordstrom Rack. She was right in front of me in line. And I recognized her right away because I'm like, oh, that's her.
It's that one bitch.
Is that, you know, it's
your principal.
Yeah, my principal. Yeah. And so I actually, you know, I tapped her on the shoulder and I was like, hi, do you remember me?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, pay it back, bitch.
Oh, you remember me?
Yeah, you jumped her like a cholas back then.
Yeah. So she was like, your face looks familiar. I'm like, it sure does. It sure does. And I'm like, I actually graduated from UTEP. So I did something with my life. Wow. And she had nothing else to say but to say, oh, congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And to me, that was something big that I believe God, life, the universe gave me a chance to see her again.
Right. I mean, he put her right in front of you.
Just to brush it off.
Literally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just to say, not to say that I did it for her, because I would never, you know, I did it for myself, because I decided I could do this and be like this, or I could do that and do that. And a lot of people had very low expectations of me. Like, they really thought I was going to get pregnant at 15, have 5 kids or 6 kids. I mean, I do have 3. But
culero when they see you like that, huh?
Yeah.
But they really thought I was going to get pregnant like at 15, and that didn't happen. I had my first son when I was already a sophomore at UTEP. And I actually graduated with 27 college credits from El Dorado. Because thankfully, I am... See,
give him that. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass. That's gangster.
I know I'm from Segundo, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the boy loyal Pride fans. I'm not a boy bear, and I'm proud to say that.
Okay.
Because everybody from
Fighting
the barrio,
words.
yeah, fighting for sure. Everybody from the barrio is so proud to be, boy bear,
Right.
and I'm proud not to be a boy bear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God really blessed me on that one.
Damn.
And you know what?
God did me right.
Yeah, God did me right. All my brothers graduated from boy, except for me.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm the first graduating class from El Dorado. And I was always, that story is also actually amazing as well, because the principal, they were building El Dorado. I went to Sunridge Middle School. So the principal, Miss Paul, had an office at Sunridge while building El Dorado. And I was president of student council at Sunridge, and she came to me and she said, I want you in my school.
There you go.
I belong to America's high school, but she came to me and told me, I want you in my school. I see your grades. You're the president of student council. I like how you are, who you are.
Did you still have your hoops?
Damn.
I always have my hoops. Look,
You're a president and
Wow.
everything?
they've never been gone. And in third grade, I was a queen at AOE Elementary. So I've been a president. I've been a queen. I've been everything.
That's
Wow, dude. I don't think I've used this applause button this much.
Bro, the only time I got a trophy in high school was for perfect attendance. 'Cause my mom made sure I went every fucking day.
And I have many awards as a child. And even in high school, I have recognition from the United States Marine Corps. In elementary, I have a presidential award for President Clinton. I have a lot. I have a Daughters of the American Revolution for history, excellence in history. I have a lot of awards.
Damn, I
throughout
thought
the
I was
years.
kind of okay growing up in school wise, but now that I hear this, dude, like, I'm a piece of shit. I didn't do nothing growing up,
Dog.
dude.
No, but you know what?
Damn, she was
My-
getting good grades, and I was over here eating dirt and shit.
I was over here graduating from Google and shit.
No, but you know what? I'm not good in sports, so I don't have anything to say like, oh, I did this. I mean, I tried out cheerleading at El Dorado. I failed, dude. Like, no soy así. Yo soy chola. Yo soy de barrio.
She's
Like,
all
¿Qué es
I'm
esta
like,
mamada?
a la una,
¿Qué,
a la dos.
¿Qué chingados es esto, güey? No, for real. Like, they were like counting, right? So I was skinny back then, but I guess I was still like, bigger than regular, because I was the base. So when they would go up, we would have to hold them, right? And I'm like, no, chingue su madre.
Put me up there.
Estás estúpida.
So I actually let her go, and she fell.
No manches.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
Whoopsie. Someone
Yeah,
took
no,
her.
but she was fine. But yeah, no, I discovered that was not for me. And I'm sorry to my brother and my mom back then, because they paid $500 for like the whole uniform and stuff. But that's just not me.
I mean, you got to try it out, and then you don't know if you're going to like it or not until you try it out.
So I'm actually good in academics, education, intellectually, but not in sports or anything like that.
I mean, I think that's good, though. I think I'd rather have that. I was blessed with really fast feet, like I could shoot a basketball, I could throw a ball, but I can't fucking read.
I can't read either.
You can't spell.
I can't spell either, dude. I can't.
No, I had a hard time, because it's not like I think it grows in you, because reading, especially at UTEP, I'm not good in reading, so I had to read 4 or 5 times. So I think it's not, that you're good at something. I think you have to practice to make better, Practice makes perfect. That's really what it is.
You know what? And they used to always tell me that, practice makes perfect and practice makes perfect. But then one day somebody was all like, hey, nobody's perfect. And then I thought about it and I was like, yo, if practice makes perfect, but nobody's perfect, then why practice?
Yeah. But I think, okay, in that sense, because I've never heard that, but I get it. I think that the more you do it, the habit of doing it is going to make you better at it. So maybe not perfect, but better.
There you go. That sounds better. You see, if they would have told me that fucking 30 years ago, I would have fucking kept reading. But, whatever. So what did you end up studying in UTEP?
So I went to UTEP. I wanted to be a teacher because of my oldest brother. I didn't know that it was so complicated. I thought you would go in and be like, I want to be a teacher, and then, okay, you're a teacher. No, that shit didn't work like that. So I had to find out real quick,
Yeah.
And so I was like, what am I good at? And I said Spanish, because let's go back to, the educators that put me down in my life. When I was at El Dorado, I had an English teacher. She was Anglo-American. So she was, white. And I would speak Spanish in her class, because that's my first language. So I remember one day she said that. She said, Spanish is not going to get you anywhere. English is the international language. And I was like,
fuck, do you have people hating on you at so young age?
Yeah. So I actually have a bachelor in Spanish. When I went to UTEP, they asked me what kind of teacher you want to be. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, how am I supposed to know? And then I said, okay, well, I'm good at Spanish. So what about a high school Spanish teacher? Right. And I have a bachelor in Spanish to show her, like, to show her, like, look, we're Spanish, you know? Right. Takes
Actually, speaking of getting off the subject real quick, census came out, and now Texas is, I think Hispanics are now populated the most population in Texas are now Hispanic. So that means that like white people are now the minorities out here. But that's crazy. So how did it go? How did it go from like from your school, trying to be a teacher to like where you're at now? Like how did that happen?
The teaching did not work for me. I was almost done. I needed one more class and the internship. So you do an internship for like 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Free, of course. You don't get paid because that's going to be like your training to become a teacher. And right when I was there, I was like, this is not for me. I remember I had a class where I had to do a lesson plan. And I had such a hard time with that lesson plan. I even asked my brother, can you help me out? Even with his help, I didn't understand how to do a fucking lesson plan. And I'm like, how do you do this shit? Like, and I'm supposed to do this every day? Nah.
Damn. Yeah, you see, that's difficult. I always appreciate all the teachers. I've had several great teachers. I have an awesome professor now that I'm going to college. So I've always appreciated them because like I've always sucked at like writing and like just knowing like these teachers are here every day and every year. I could never, for sure. I could never. Probably not even. You know what? Maybe a PE coach. Why don't you try that? Oh, you didn't like sports.
I don't like sports.
Yeah.
I'll watch you. I'll be on the bench.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So that's when I decided, you know what? This is not for me.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to graduate from something. I mean, I was almost there. So I went back to my advisor. He's like, what do you like to do? And I said, talk. I mean, I could talk all day, you know? And he's like, communication. And I said, okay, great. Let's do it. So I changed to communication. And before graduation, I started applying everywhere, like at radio stations, at Univision, everywhere. And even at other jobs where I thought, you know, like maybe a translator because of my Spanish degree, everywhere. And everybody would say, I'm sorry, you're not the right candidate. I'm sorry, you need, you know, experience. And I'm like, I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to have experience when I was trying to get educated? Like, how does that happen? How do you want me to work at it if I'm barely trying to graduate from it? Like, what's the deal? So I got really frustrated. I started to work 9-to-5 jobs because obviously, you know, you have to pay bills and eat. But nothing worked for me. I mean, all my jobs, I did my best, but they sucked, you know, they really did.
Yeah. It wasn't your field.
It was,
no. I mean, my last 9-to-5 was a call center. That's the worst job I've ever had by far. Like, I swear, people are like, they're dicks. I would answer, and it was a call center for Subway. So Subway has like
Subway had a call center?
Yeah, I didn't know either until I got the job, right? So they have a reward card, which I don't know if it's still on, but they had a reward card, and people get points for your purchases, and they would call in about, you know, asking about their points, or they didn't get the points, stuff like that. So I remember I would answer like, thank you for calling Subway. My name is Jessica. How may I help you? Something like that, right? Because I'm not too sure. And they were like, can you speak English? And I'm like,
wow.
So what the fuck am I talking? Like, am I talking Chinese?
Damn, cállese, saque la cartera.
Yeah.
minus 500 points.
Yeah. Your points have been deleted.
No soup for you.
Yeah, no soup for you.
Make sure it's...
Cómetela entera, ese fue no. I actually used to work at Subway when it was here at the mall.
Bro.
Really?
Yeah.
So, and then they would be like, can I speak to a person? And I'm like, am I a fucking robot or what? Like, they're dicks like that. So I learned how to mute, right? So I would mute and like...
Just talk shit.
Yeah, talk shit. I'd be like, fuck you, you fucking asshole.
Viejo culero, zarro, hueles a miados.
You don't even know where I'm from. I'm from Segundo.
She's not throwing her
pinche mato, güey.
And then I would be like, oh, okay, let's.
Yeah, I'll calm down.
Yeah.
After saying it all.
But that was the worst job by far, really. Really. So all the people in the call centers, I feel you.
Damn, I actually currently work for Spectrum. But I mean, I do.
Why does my Wi-Fi suck though?
Yeah, no, you know what's
Why
only
does it go off every 30 minutes?
It's only temporary, guys.
But-
all right, I'm going to school. I'm starting my own company, but no, you're right. I mean, to each their own.
Yeah.
I like when people get mad, and then I just talk to them all, slowly and nicely.
Yeah.
Like, well, sir, thank you. I hope you have a nice day. Like, fuck you. It's like, thank you, sir.
Viejo amargado.
Yeah.
And then so what? You just decided, no, this is not for me.
Yeah,
I
that's
quit.
not for me. So then I started reading cards 15 years ago. March will be 15 years ago, which is 2009. My nephew passed away, and that was a really big story locally, El Paso, Las Cruces. He was a football player at Oñate High School in Las Cruces, Nuevo Mexico, and it was covered by all media, like all the news stations, radio stations. And so his passing was really hard for me because I was very close to him, very, very close to him until he passed. And so Johnny and Javi, I've heard them for years, right? They were talking about the story on the radio, and I called. I was on my way to the funeral when they were talking about it on the radio. Actually, his funeral was actually televised because it was so big. That
Wow. You didn't mind me asking, why was it so televised and why was it so big out here?
So
The one on Oregon High School, right?
Oñate.
Oñate.
Yeah, so he was a football player. After a football game, him and his friends had a house party. They go to a house party, and older men, because they were men, these are high school kids. They were in their 20s, like 22, 26, 28, 30.
Jesus.
They went because they had beef with his friend. So they go and stab the friend. My nephew gets out trying to defend the friend. And as my nephew, is walking out, they hit him on the back of his head with the glove club. And that's when he just, went down.
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm so sorry about that.
He flew over from Las Cruces to Thomas, and back then Thomas, and now it's UMC, because they didn't have the technology over there to help him out. So he was in ICU for a whole week until he passed. And that was very hard for me. It was the hardest loss of my life thus far because he's the only person who has shown me love, genuine love in life. So when I was at that point, I lost faith. I lost hope. I lost everything, and I needed answers.
Were you religious at that time?
I've always been religious, yes. My mom has always, been Catholic, so I grew up Catholic my whole life. I went to Sagrado Corazón de Jesús Sacred Heart in Segundo Barrio all my life. But I lost faith. I can't really tell you I doubted God. I was like, why? Why did you do this? And I felt with the need to ask him and question him, like, why did you take him away from me? And I heard him, and he said, because it's what I want, not what you want. And it's like, okay, shut up, bitch. Cállate. Don't even ask anything. And I got it. But it was really hard for me because I still wanted answers. And me wanting to get answers is what got me into what I do now, which is I'm a psychic medium. I've practiced spirituality since I'm 16. And by spirituality, I mean I've gone with, psychics, curanderas, people that would do limpias on me. I've met a lot of people. I've met Native Americans. I've met all types of spirituality. People in Santeria, people, black witches, white witches, all types of witches. Like
during that time when you had passed away and you lost faith or hope, what was your first experience, or how did you first decide to get into reading cards? Did you go to someone?
I went to someone, and they were like, Jessica, why are you paying for this when you know? And I was like, But what do you mean I know, Yeah, I mean, I know, but how do I know? Like, what's the process? And then that's what I'm saying. Like, I went to so many people in spirituality, but nobody guided me in the right direction. Everybody would tell me, you're gifted. You know this stuff. You have a big angel. You see things. And I'm like, but how do I start? So I finally met my madrina, and you call them madrinas and padrinos because it's like a godfather, godmother from spirituality. So they it's like
mentors.
Yeah, mentors. So I finally met my madrina during all that process of going from spiritual person to spiritual person, and she's the one that told me, she's like, you're going to read cards and you're going to be great at it. So she's the only person who actually told me what I was going to be.
Right. Because I was kind of trying to look into, psychic mediums and all this. And I've always thought, like, if you consider yourself a psychic medium or something, like you'd be able to talk to the dead or tell somebody's future or something like that. But I also, what I read a lot is that some like specialize in stuff, right?
And stuff and certain, some are just mediums, which are the mediumship where you talk to, past people, and others are just psychics.
Right. What would you say would be yours specialized?
I would say bruja, but in reality, I consider myself psychic me and bruja because I have a lot of psychic abilities. So I am a psychic for sure. Now bruja, because I do practice brujeria. So I have to say I'm a bruja because I'm a practitioner. So I am a bruja. But psychic and medium because I also do communicate with past people. But I do it on
this is scary, dude.
Yeah,
it's a little creepy.
Faces, this is
I'm a little
creepy,
so a little bit. I'm a little creeped out.
So this is, yeah.
I was going to ask, so, okay, so. Chuy. All right, guys, we are out of here. Thank you so much.
Chuy va por el elote. Con sal, limón y chile.
So during that time, right? Like, okay. So what does it mean to be a bruja?
So I really believe that being a bruja is, you practice brujeria, but more than anything, there's characteristics. You don't just say you don't just wake up and say, I'm a bruja. Like, no, you have to have certain characteristics that define you as. So a bruja is actually a woman of wisdom. But it's a woman of wisdom that has psychic abilities that you're able to see more than the average, right? See the unseen.
Right.
We're very not lonely people, pero somos solitarias. Like we like to be by ourselves. Yeah. Right. But not lonely because I have 3 kids, so I'm never lonely. You know, I'm always around people, but I like to be by myself. We do have a tendency, not everybody, but there is a tendency to eat more. So we do have, weight problems because we use a lot of energy, so we lose the energy. So to gain the energy is like we eat.
Wow, so
right?
there's like side effects to this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean not everybody. I mean there's witches that are flaquitas, but
yeah.
Like,
so has great values.
Son las wish list from the wish list.
Son las que no tienen estampillas.
But on the topic of elotes, right quick, I actually brought you a little something.
Oh, there you go. Good job, Chuy.
I'll be eating this right now. Shit, you don't know me.
So this right here is our cheese popcorn.
Oh yeah, ya te digo.
Chuy, once Chuy heard that like you guys eat a lot more, he's like, I got something for you.
And then
I got you, girl.
We base in chamoy candy, so this is our gummy worms. Sorry about
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
and I'm very honest. Okay, I'm really honest. So. They're good. If they were bad, I would tell you too.
Tenga,
but they're good.
No, you know what? We've had some guests tell them straight up too about his candy. It's evolved a lot lately. So guys, if you guys are interested on this snacks, please hit up our boy Chuy over at next Dulces. Yeah, Dulces. We'll have all that links at the bottom below. But I wanted to ask back to the bruja and stuff.
Yeah, I got a question too.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, obviously, when you say the word bruja, the first thing is like negative stuff, right?
Yeah.
So being like you say, you're spiritual or religion, how does that kind of go with it?
Yeah, I know. A lot of people tell me that because I believe in God.
Right.
I do. I'm a God believer. I'm a Jesus lover. I love Jesus.
So would it be like a sin because of the, I guess,
I know.
practices?
I've had a lot of questions about that. I've had a lot of controversy as well. Mm-hmm. People come into my lives and tell me a lot of things, but this is how it happened for me. I was disappointed in the Catholic Church. I mean, I was at the Catholic Church for years, being a good girl, praying the rosary every day. Like literally, yo rezaba el rosario todos los días. Trying to be the best Catholic person that I could be. But the church failed me. And I say the church, not God, because it's different. Church is made by humans. It's an institution, but it's not God. So I understood that.
Yeah, that's religion to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I understood that church is a building. It's an institution. It's not God. God is God. So I decided to separate myself from the church, but not from God. I would never separate myself from God. Even that time that I had, lost faith, I still didn't separate myself. So that's what I decided. I decided to separate myself from the Catholic Church and become spiritual. I decided that you could have a relationship with God without having to belong to a religion. Right.
And I've always agreed with that because growing up, we were pretty religious, going to church every Monday, Wednesdays, Sundays, Fridays. But I don't know, growing up and, just seeing the world and how it works, I just never agreed to a lot of the rules and stuff. And I hated the fact that I couldn't, or people would say that, you know, if you're not going to church, then you're not, you know, you don't believe in God. But that was my feeling on all that. But also being said, you know, when people call you bruja, but you're on your personal opinion when it comes to that, and like, you know, like you said, you still love God.
That's my God right there.
Do you?
San Memo Choa.
Este vato,
Sí,
pinche
está
vato
el
mamón.
mundial, güey.
But do you feel, I mean, obviously you probably do, but you feel okay with all that, you know, just because maybe the relationship that you have with God, or do you still kind of
No, I do, because so of course it's bad, but everything is bad and everything's good. You know, it's polarity. There's a good side, there's a bad side. All humans come with polarity. We have a good side, we have a bad side. Yeah, the yin and yang, and we all have male and female in us as well. So everything exists. Yes,
that's right. Too. You're a bitch.
Se miran medio
female.
Tan locos.
Yo no era,
Yo creo que así se peinan, güey.
It's okay. I'm more of a male too. I'm more alpha, especially because I grew up with all brothers, you know, and then now I have all sons. So yo sí soy vato.
La trae más grande que tú, güey. Cuidado.
Te cuelga más. Te cuelga más que la tuya, bro. Anyways, back to it. I had a question about brujería.
Pregúntame.
Do you like spit out blood and shit like that?
Yeah, I had heard once.
I wanted to see, like, or are you more like just like mixing your potions and stuff?
It's good. That's what I was going. There's good and there's bad for everything, right? I'm not 100% good. I'm not 100% bad. I think it's just on how, and that's anyone from. You don't have to be a bruja. You know, like you're not going to treat somebody good that has mistreated you. Right? You're not going to be like, oh, yeah, thank you. You're going to be like, no, fuck you. You know, like, so,
no te dejas.
No te dejas, yeah. So it's the same with witchcraft, the practice. Because if people are good to you, then obviously you want to help them out.
Right.
But if people are not good to you,
but also you could abuse it, and that's how you could become a bad witch, right?
Right.
There is a bad bitch witch.
A witch bitch, yes.
A witch bitch, yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, and there's a lot of abuse and misuse as well. And the thing about social media is great, but it's a double-edged sword. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of us out there, and the thing about this is that everybody wants to make it a competition. Like, oh no, I'm better, or I know more than you, or that's not how you do it. This is how you do it, and then that's where the misuse comes.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you have con artists, right?
I do. I have a lot of fake accounts.
No, yeah, we'll get to that, but no, I mean like witches or like people that call themselves like that.
But they're not.
Right.
They're just there for a hustle. They're like
yeah, and I think people can tell. I mean, I would hope that people are smart enough, but some people are not smart enough.
Yeah, con una escoba, güey. Gana bruja, güey.
And see, that's the deal. Like a lot of them on their background, they have, you know, their big santos and their big statues and all their stuff to be like, oh, I'm a bruja, and I don't have anything. If you go on my lives, it's my back door. You know, from my apartment. So it's literally the blinds from my back door from my apartment. I don't show anything.
And do brujas, do they look up to La Muerte, La Santa Muerte?
I actually believe in La Santa Muerte.
I wanted to ask about that. Like, how does that get into the brujeria?
Okay, so a lot of people are afraid of her because obviously it's death, right? Yeah, but it's like everything. I mean, she's respectful if you respect her, right? It is death. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like everything. And if you think about it, death is part of life. We're born to die, and that's the truth. We
start dying when we're born.
And she's directed by Jesus because only God can direct death. You know, He's the only one that's gonna say that's it for you. Ya acabaste. So a lot of people, especially obviously religious fanatics, they're like, oh, you know, the devil, but it's not that. I mean, la muerte es parte de la vida.
I think just because people see death like bad, or you know, like they're scared of it, they always, I guess, tend to think that it's evil.
And you're right, because but I walked in. Sorry to cut you guys off. I walked into my friends in Guadalajara. That's a big thing over there, and I walked in, and they just have it like nothing next to the kitchen, like an altar and like all this. And to me, I was just a teenager, like what the fuck. But now, as you grow up, you're like.
You know what it
I kind of respect it because they accept death and they kind of like dig into it and speak to it, and it's like some people don't want
and when we go back to the misuse and the like overpowering, you know, like anything's good, anything's bad. Like even religion is bad if you are a fanatic. That's bad. So with death as well, you know, if you use her for bad, then it's bad. But if you don't use her for bad, then it's not bad. I mean, she's karmic, so she's just, is justa. So I see her as that, as, you know, justa, just, karmic. She's going to balance everything out and be like, who's right, who's wrong.
And having all this, I guess you would say, do you call it a gift? What do you call this, a gift?
Yes, well, I mean, in Spanish, everybody says it's a don, a gift, you know, a psychic gift and ability. I'm a natural born witch or psychic. Yeah,
that's where I was going to go into. Like, let's say me, right? Let's say, I know I'm 33 years old right now, and I want to decide to get into it. Like,
I'm 35 Tegano.
Like, does that mean I have to go to some college, or like, do I have to get certified by somebody or get initiated?
There's people who study tarot, so you learn it, so you can. But there's people like me who are naturally born, so I'm sorry. There's levels.
Like, the way I see it is like you're an X-Men with the powers in it.
It's like being born athletic or not.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, you could practice to be as athletic as you can, but if it comes natural, then lucky.
Right.
Like me, I'm athletic.
You are?
Yeah.
I could tell.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I run a lot.
It's the shoes.
I run out of money a lot. but have you ever been like in danger? Have you ever, you know, because there's a lot of people out there that, you know, probably see this pretty negatively. Have you ever been somebody try and do something to you? So I had heard that like if you were to pee on a witch and if she starts steaming, then like she's actually real. Have anybody tried to do anything like that?
I've heard that too. I don't want to disrespect.
Yeah, no, but has that happened, or has it like she's all like
the golden shower? Or what the fuck?
This went better.
Oh my god!
We were like gonna ask this.
We were talking about it yesterday, and somebody had come up. He's like,
"Shout out Moose."
Yeah. Shout out to our boy Moose. He has said like, you know what, my sister's one too, and I don't believe in that shit. You know, I've tried peeing on her because they say if you pee on a witch, she'll start steaming and burning. So he's like, you should ask her that, and I was like, I don't know if I could. Like, I don't know how. But I had to, so, you know. Have you ever been in danger or in a situation, somebody trying to do something to you because of that?
Not like that, but I've had, you know, pretty, you know, psycho people that, you know, watch me.
A priest?
No, not a priest. I said psycho.
Priest.
No,
psycho. Padrecito?
No, like psycho people. Like I have stalkers, like real life stalkers, not only on social media, but they actually stalk me they pass through my house.
Like the Shakira stalker?
Like the Shakira stalker.
Dude, well, brainwash with your brujeria or something.
What do you mean they pass by your house?
Yeah, or they follow me.
That's fucking scary, dude.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, but I think they're haters though. So.
That's what it is. Yeah. I mean, if they're doing all that, it's because they're hating.
Chivatos raros, güey. Why are you doing that?
Puras fallas.
The fuck? Let her live.
Fallas.
Hey, and you ended up getting out. You have about 103,000 followers on TikTok, right? What was the first video that like kind of put you out there, or how did it get to where it is now?
You know what? I've actually struggled, but I'm okay. I'm okay with my process because I think I'm growing, and I plan to keep growing. My first viral TikTok was from Edwin Cas from Grupo Firme. I did a prediction on him. Prior to my prediction, there was another prediction by a very famous psychic in Mexico. And
so she had put out
she did a
prediction
first that they were in danger, that he was going to pass because he was in danger. And I remember seeing the video, and she showed the tarot cards, which is a hangman and death. And when she showed the cards, I was like, bullshit. Like that
she's reading no more. She can't read.
Like, is it this? No,
she's a Misa. She
it's
can't
like
read.
over a year. But I think if you put on this search like J.Z. Edwin Cas, or I think maybe it'll come out.
You got it, Chuy. That's your job, guy. Come on.
Edwin Cas.
Because right now I couldn't find her. It was hard, huh?
Edwin. It's actually with the U. U-I. I know. I thought it was Edwin, but it's Edwin.
How do you spell that? Cas?
Cas. C-A-Z. Cas. Yeah, maybe it comes out. No, on the search. So my prediction was that's not true. You know, that's not going to happen. I said that was not going to happen. I didn't see death for him. I didn't see danger for him. I saw another house. I saw a lot of, you know, success and stuff. And at the time, everybody came at me. They were like, you know, ni eres nadie. Like, nobody knows you. She's big in Mexico. She's on TV. You're so little. Everybody tried to belittle me. Right. And I was like, so? Like, who cares that she's on TV and I'm not? Like,
this was how long ago?
I think over a year ago.
Over a year ago,
yeah. It's when they were starting to hit a lot. They were like in, because right now, honestly, ya como que ya están pasando. I know he's still famous, but like ahorita es más de corridos tumbados.
Yeah.
So it was when he started to be big, like really big.
Yeah, so popular.
And at last I was right. It took 3 months for my prediction to come true. Because when I said about the new house, they were like, he just bought one. And I'm like, no, watch. There's another one. So yeah, later on, he bought another one. And so my prediction came true, and they're still alive. Gracias a Dios, you know, like nothing happened to them. So, and I think that
is there like a date though? Like when somebody gives out predictions, or is there dates that they say?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm able to see a more or less, I call it a guesstimation.
Okay.
Because it's an approximation of more or less when it could happen for you. Mm. But I am able to see times. Wow. Yeah. And I'm telling you, like, people were so like quick to be like belittle me back then. Right. But then when my prediction became true, they were not quick enough to say, oh, you were right.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they didn't want to admit that they were wrong. Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah. But that TikTok, I think, is my only viral TikTok. Over 2 million views.
Jeez. I think you could search most popular right here.
And I unpinned it too because I had it pinned for like over a year, and I'm like, yeah, Jessica, yeah.
Which one would it be right here?
That's crazy.
I show him. He's on the background. It's like a screen.
It's a green screen.
A green screen from Edwin.
I'm right again.
That one was after as well, because they had separated, and then I did the prediction that they were gonna get right back together. And a day after my prediction, they got back together.
So how do you like if somebody was to ask, like they could ask anything and then you'd be able to try and predict it, or is there times where like you just don't see anything? Or
no, I'm always able to see. I don't like to. I can predict anything. I've been predicting U.S. presidents since 2008.
What?
Since Obama. Yes, was first in presidency.
Drop the bomb. Which one's next?
Y todavía no. I have to ask. Y Super Bowls. I've been right on the Super Bowl since 2012.
We could bring them cards out right now and try that out.
No.
Can we make some money together?
Oh no.
Just a little.
Can't take advantage of it, Chuy.
Exactly. You're right about that. And I can predict anything, but I don't. On TikTok, I didn't want to focus on that. I can also predict about, obviously famous people's lives and stuff. But I've only done Edwin. I've only done a couple, and people come at me. They're like, you shouldn't be doing that.
Did you know about Stephen Hawkins before he did what he did on that island?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Say ways to Steve Hawking.
Take me to your leader.
But yeah, I'm able to see anything. But on TikTok, I try to focus on spiritual growth. Okay. So a person's spiritual growth more than anything. And if you see my TikTok, I share more about my daily life in El Paso, trying to show El Paso all the time, than really what I do. I mean, I do horoscopes every Monday, but I rarely share brujeria in there or anything like that, because I'm more about, getting known, like who I am, and our city, El Paso.
Right, yeah, that's great. I mean, if somebody wants to follow you, want to make sure that they could at some point relate to you, and for them to do that, you have to be yourself and show who you are. But do people like call in, and do they ask mostly about like their personal life, or do they ask about like business?
They always want to ask about love. Siempre.
Does she love me?
Siempre quieren saber si el pito está grande o no.
Oh shit! No. She gives them like the exact length and girth.
Go grab a remote like that.
Mira, go get that cucumber over there. Now cut it in half.
Sorry to tell you, pero el pinche Tootsie Roll, ahí está. El Tootsie Weenie.
El camarón.
Crazy. El camarón.
Shrimp Gang.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So I mean, do you ever get people that, I mean, obviously, because the way I think about it, right? I ever thought like to go with a card reader or a psychic. I've always think like maybe for me, I think I would maybe be a believer, but only because I try and get like what fits for me. You know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, you know what? I looked into what's going on with my life and be like, you know what, that fits. You know, that doesn't, but then that fits. You know what I mean?
And I think it has a lot to do with your horoscope sign as well, your zodiac sign. Because I've, in my experience, air signs, which are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So if they're the most, ¿cómo se dice? Like non-believers. Mm-hmm. So some bien skeptical. Like you guys, I mean, I'm not sure that you are, but, ¿Tú qué eres?
I'm a Scorpio.
Oh, okay. Water. Oh, you should be, because you know what? Water signs are very intuitive.
Somos Scorpios.
Ay, bésense.
Nah. Ayer, güey, se pasó el moose.
Hey, yo no. Hey, Moose, we gotta talk about some stuff. Cállese, güey, le gustó. I never saw you leave once when he was trying to.
I went around the table. Anyways, what are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a witch.
I'm a badass bitch.
Oh,
mic drop.
I'm a Capricorn. My birthday just passed.
In March?
Oh, yeah.
March? No.
Shit, it's just passed, bro. We're in fucking January.
Dude. January 9th.
¿Qué, güey? Ya, deja la pluma, güey. Holy shit. Pobrecito. See what I have to deal with every episode?
Ay, mis hijos.
You're gonna hear that shit tonight, too.
Va a querer pegarle la güey.
That's so where were we, man? Fucking
I'm a Capricorn. So well people are very no sé qué chingo estoy diciendo. Skeptical, yeah. Oh. And it's until they see it, they believe it. But I'm like Santo Tomás. Yo creo sin ver, como dice la Biblia, you know? And that's spirituality. At least in my experience. Right. You believe without seeing. And most people want to see to believe.
I get it. Mm-hmm. Wow, I like that. It's what you want.
And what if you chill back and like you're not really into all of that, and then like you are, like I don't know how to explain.
Well, let me tell you that I was I was very Catholic, so I did not believe in witchcraft. I didn't. I mean, I thought, no, that's not good. But then you start to have experiences in life where you're like, oh shit, So my very first experience was with my first baby daddy. I have two, by the way. Who cares? But anyway,
2 baby daddies.
I have 2 baby daddies. Yeah.
Nice. You girls need to fucking put your numbers up.
Run them up. Rack them.
Yeah. You got one. Those are rookie numbers, right?
Yeah. Like now in El Paso, it's 2 or 3.
That's the average. That is the average.
Mic drop.
So when I was with my first baby daddy, I experienced the first spiritual attack, which was witchcraft done to me because they didn't want me with him. And it was one of his bitches,
So what happened? How were you attacked?
They did a monito on me, like voodoo. And because I got pregnant of him, so I had my son, right? And he'd never had a son before gotten anybody pregnant. He was already like in like 30, 31. Mm-hmm. And all his bitches were like, what? Like, she comes, she gets pregnant, what? And I didn't know this, right? I mean, I was young and stupid, and I didn't know. From the hood? No, but I wasn't stupid from the hood.
Bro. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. My bad.
Educated chola. So, I found out that I had, that witchcraft done on me. And I was like, why? And there was obviously breakups between me and him and fights. And I was like, why? Like, I go to church, I pray to God, what's going on? And that's when I found out that, they were doing witchcraft on me. So that's when I was like, it's do or die. I mean, it is tú eres o soy yo. It's practically how it is. Are you going to let somebody que te está chingando todo el tiempo? Mm-hmm. No.
No. You're going to stand up and do something. Mm-hmm. Get your broom and...
So, yeah. So I had to get the broom and fly.
I'll be back, honey. I got to take care of this shit. Where did all that come from? I mean, was that like in movies when it came to like witches and stuff? Because I mean, when I was looking into like the history, right, trying to understand a little bit more. I mean, that goes way back as far as like
since la Santa Inquisición back in the days.
That's what my mom says. I haven't heard that in a minute. Yeah, she calls me old school all the time.
Yeah, but do you do a lot of these like card readings or anything like that for yourself?
Yes, I read myself every day. People were like, a lot of psychics are like, you can't read yourself, and I'm like, why not? Yes, you can. Do it. And
you got the power to do it. Why not do it?
Why not do it? Yeah. To me, I see tarot reading as it's a tool, but it's like a help. It's como un warning. So when it's bad, right? And nobody likes to hear the bad. I don't like to hear the bad shit.
Right.
You know, like I'm still human. But it's a warning. It's like, hey, be careful because this is going to happen. And when it's good, it's a blessing. It's like, okay, it's coming.
So if you were to say something bad, right? Like you're rereading my cards,
That's
and then
trippy.
it says that something bad is gonna happen. Would you be able to see or do something
about it?
You
can, because that's where brujeria comes in. So it's an enhancer. I like to call brujeria an enhancer, for good or for bad. So example, let's say that you're going through a breakup,
right?
But I see in the cards that you guys love each other. So then that's when I try to do like an endulzamiento. And amarre, it's really like, I'm really iffy.
What's an endulzamiento?
Endulzamiento is a sweetener. It's really a sweetener. It's for the person to be sweet to you, to be good to you, to be mellow. You guys are going to be lovey-dovey, like that.
Like a poison to
make them love you?
Yeah, I don't want to be a mamon, like, but this
it's kind of like Shrek, yeah.
No, so...
Not to be a mamon.
Yeah, I mean, like...
the way you just explained
you
it.
You can't force anybody to do.
Yeah, you can't force love. And I talk about that. You can't force anybody to love you. So either they love you or they don't.
Right.
They love you, it shows. They don't love you, it shows even more.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to ask a psychic, does he love me? You're going to know. If he's addicted to you, he doesn't love you. Too bad, so sad.
Right.
But if
Bitch, isn't he with another girl right now?
Yeah, like,
what do you
he
think?
cheating on you for like the 5th time? That was me. Yeah, that was me.
Mic drop.
I mean, it's true. I think a lot of people also don't want to do it just because they don't want to hear the bad.
Truth.
Yeah, the truth.
I call it the truth. It's not bad. It's just the truth.
True.
But people don't like the truth. They like to live in this bubble, in their perfect world of roses and cakes and chocolates and elotes and stuff.
Have you ever had any like? You don't know. Ya tiene hambre. Look at him. Actually, he did. First thing he told me when he came in. He came in a little bit late, but he's like, "Tengo hambre, güey." Like, what? Cuando no. But have you ever had like an experience that scared you, like really bad, or not really?
Not yet. But because I do mediumship as well, so I do speak to past people. I had a call once where she was asking about a friend who passed away, and he was not happy with his death at all. So he was not happy. He thought that it was like they did him dirty, and he was upset. So it took a while for me to take that spirit off me because he was upset, and I didn't know that until I saw, right? I was like, oh shit. But I mean, I took him off me, but it wasn't scary.
Is that considered like a ghost? Like
it is. It's we call them spirits. They're spirits.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Fucking what's his name from the Ghost Tour said that they don't like being called ghosts.
Randy.
They're spirits.
Yeah, they're spirits. And in Spanish, well, guías espirituales o muertos. But yeah, but not anything scary. Because I mean, we say, spiritual people, we say que no hay que tenerle miedo a los muertos sino a los vivos. Because spirits are not going to do you wrong, but alive people.
I mean, they could put my feet in the middle of the night, dude. Like, I'd shit my pants if that happened.
Pero los vivos te chingan,
Yeah.
You ever had experiences with spirits?
Yes. My mom is a gambler. So when Speaking Rock became an entertainment center, because they're not a casino because they don't want to pay taxes, we know that. But when
politics, we're getting to politics now, guys.
But when shout out to Speaking Rock, my son is a tigua, by the way.
Hey,
I can talk shit.
Yeah, there you go.
And when it became she's
a bruja, she do whatever she wants, dude. Leave her alone.
When they became an entertainment center, I was 18 and I was of age to go, right? I was like, and I started going with my mom to Speaking Rock, and that's how I met baby daddy number 1. Fuck, I shouldn't have gone.
Fuck.
Chinga.
Blame your mom.
Pero bueno, anyway, I was there playing una machine, no sé when yo, and then I felt the tap, dude. I was like,
uh-oh.
And I remember that I didn't listen because I was like, you get hooked. Mm-hmm. I understand all the ladies that go to the casino because you get hooked, but like it's una adicción. So nothing, right?
What?
Chingao, déjame jugar. So then I felt the tap again, and I was like, so I remember I turned like this. I saw just from like head to like half. And then when I did this, when I turned down, there was nothing. Like no feet, no nothing.
No sea mamón!
I would have just, you know what, dude, keep my fucking money. I'm done gambling. Gambling, that's a side effect of gambling, guys. Do not gamble your money away.
No fumen, por favor.
Oh, it's a sign, Chuy. You need to let sober Chuy. You gotta give him a chance, man.
Dude, half. I don't know what I would have done.
So
that's crazy.
But then I found out that actually Speaker Rock is built on top of a cemetery, so it makes sense.
I learned something today.
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. I'm never going there, dude.
I want to watch the games there in the big screen too.
Well, no say that's. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be honest, if it was me, right, and I would have seen that shit, I would have thought maybe like they put something on my drink or like be in denial at some point.
I wasn't drinking at the time, so it was very much real.
But then, what did you do after you were like
when you saw that shit?
Well, I'm telling you, I'm a natural born. See, it comes from generations. So my mom, I saw it since I was little. My mom was the whole deal of the limpias with the huevo.
I've never gotten that. I mean, I know what it is, but I've never gotten a limpia.
You want to get the huevos on your face?
It's more than one?
his favorite?
How many huevos do you need? It's like, let me go get a dozen.
Wait, so how does that work?
Well, that's the most common and the most easy, I say. You just get an egg.
Why an egg though? I don't understand. Do you get to eat the egg after, or is it dirty?
No, the egg is going to take out and remove whatever bad you have, or sickness or anything that you have, mal de ojo, whatever you have.
Put it into a scrambled
so the egg represents you, like your body, you. So as you go through your body doing the prayers and stuff, it's removing. Some people need more than one, depending on what type of brujeria they have, and others just, one.
That's crazy.
Pero para ti dos, güey.
So, pero para ti con dos huevos.
They gotta be fed green.
So I grew up seeing my mom doing that, and I have an aunt in Durango that would come over to El Paso for like 2 weeks, make her money, and leave. And I grew up watching my aunt doing limpias and reading cards and stuff.
Damn, I guess it runs in the family and all that. Are you able to tell if somebody else is?
Yes. So when you're really gifted, you are able to tell.
And spirits as well, right?
Yes.
That is, dude. I'm glad I'm not one, because then I'd be talking to one right now, and then nobody would have been sitting there, and then they would have thought I'm crazy.
So when I'm on live,
you're crazy.
I'm crazy. Yeah.
No. I was like, what the hell? You're crazy.
When I'm on live on TikTok, a lot of the times, if you watch me, I always turn like this, and I turn like this because I'm seeing the spirits.
For real?
Yeah.
Is there times where like spirits that are not welcome?
Well, not that they're not welcome, but I'm telling you, like that time and that when I read that girl, that I saw that the man who passed away was not happy with his death and he was upset. It's not that he's not welcome. It's they are bad spirits. So you don't want to have those around, especially me because I have kids, right? So they are bad. They're there to do bad.
Where do you think they are? Like when you're talking about spirits,
they're everywhere.
Like, are they like in our world, or like, what are they like to them? Are they still here, or are they like in a spiritual world?
No, it's spiritual. They do understand that they're not here. Some of them don't want to not be here, so they think that they're still living, so they're still in the process, and that's why we have to send them a lot of light and prayer.
Damn,
that's crazy. It just reminded me. We had a guest. I think it was like episode 8.
Randy.
And he is the owner of El Paso's Ghost Tours. And so we went with him, and he took us down like this basement of this old hotel room. And he brought out this machine. It was like a radio for frequency or something. And he would say that like some of these spirits don't know that they're dead, and some do, and we could communicate through them through this machine. And I'm thinking like, come on, guy.
Yeah.
And they start going in, and he'll ask a question, and you would hear like he would call somebody, and he would tell us like, this is a 9-year-old that died around whatever, and sure enough, you hear like a faint little kid's voice through the radio frequency. Do you have any equipment like that, or do you use anything like that?
The tarot would be my tool, my divination tool that I use. So the tarot would be my guide for that. But let me tell you something that I do know, because I am, familiar with spirits. When you see these videos of ghosts of like, estamos en un panteón, and then suddenly like the whole body, no, dude, that's not how spirits are. Spirits are not going to show themselves as a body. So a lot of these videos that, oh, I see a body and then se desapareció.
Right.
Bullshit. No, spirits come in, and I like to call them como sombras. They're shades. So if it's a good spirit, it's a clear shape, and if it's a bad spirit, it's a black.
Yeah. I'm not gonna believe any of those fucking ghost videos anymore, dude.
Well, I just want to ask because my dog passed away like 2 years ago. And when he passed away, like for one day, like I was just doing, I think, laundry. I don't know what the hell I was doing. And, like I swore he was there, and I was like,
yeah, animals do that
and
too, and animals are protectors.
And I was like, dude.
I was gonna ask too. That's a good question that you brought up. So it's animals as well.
Yes,
yeah,
and they actually protect you. So
literally spirit animals.
Yes, no, for real. And they're protectors. I don't have a pet because I live in an apartment. I don't want to pay the fee, dude. Like, no. Yeah, I have.
You got a few spirit animals running around.
Come on.
I don't want to pay a fee, but I have enough with 3 kids. You know, like come un chingo.
Yeah.
But they're protectors. So if you have a cat or dog, they protect you. And when something is meant to go for you, they protect you. And in some cases, unfortunately, they pass because they're protecting you.
Yeah. No, I get it. That's pretty cool, man. I never really got into pets and stuff until I was older. And when I had a pet pass away, it does feel like a loved one. And I never understood that growing up. I was like, it's just a dog, or it's just, a pet. But I guess when you create a bond, right? It changes. But for those who are listening and watching right now, can you look into this camera right here and let everybody know where they could follow you? Sure.
So my TikTok is at j.z, literally JDOTZEE. I have like 100 fake accounts, so don't get scammed. I will never message you or ask you if you want a reading. These scammers usually, send messages to people and ask, if you want a reading, or they start off by like, oh, I felt your energy.
Scammers.
You're taking a shit, what the fuck, dude?
So weird.
Like,
I felt my energy.
I feel this.
You mean you smelled it?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. So let's see.
And then they start like, oh, would you like your reading? No.
So many fake accounts. Watch out for that, guys.
Yeah, when you're gifted like me, and when you already, have established a business, you don't have to look for people. They come to you.
Right.
At least in my case, people keep coming to me because everything that I've said has been true.
Has been confirmed. And so I really appreciate and I like the fact that you really love our city. You're all about El Paso. I mean, you're from Segundo Barrio.
I'm from Segundo Barrio.
You've never taken off your hoops.
No.
They've gotten bigger and smaller as the time gone by.
I'm probably gonna die with the hoops. If I die, bury me with my hoops.
I like that.
Yeah. For so most of our followers are from El Paso. So if you have anything to say to them, what would you tell them? So that come and follow me, guys. I'm from El Paso and I'm in El Paso. Segundo Barrio, what it do? Segundo Barrio. So most of my people on TikTok are not from El Paso, Right. I started to read locally years ago, but I had just like a small group of people locally. TikTok really made me international. And I can say international because I've had a call from Russia, from Canada, from Mexico, Ciudad de Mexico, from Tijuana, and from Sinaloa. So that really makes me now international. And I have, people all over the United States, especially more so in California. I have a lot of people from Texas, a lot of cities in Texas that I didn't even know, dude. They call me and I'm like, ¿Dónde chingados está eso? Yeah, Texas has a lot of cities, dude.
Like, are you sure you're Texan? No.
What was the craziest city you've been called by, like in Texas?
I mean, she fucking said Russia, dude.
No, but in
like,
Texas,
is that even allowed? Like, did you get like the FBI at your door and shit?
I hope not. I don't know.
How did you translate?
No, she spoke perfect English.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, she spoke English. When she told me, I'm like, where are you calling me from? Because the number was fucking weird, And she's like,
Russia. Putin in the front of the numbers.
But she spoke perfect English. I was like, all right, this works. I can't tell you from the top of my head right now, but I've had some cities that I'm like, does this even exist?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Cool. Where do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see all this going, or do you have any plans coming up? Or?
So I'm very intellectual, but I'm not good with technology. I really want to start somewhere, and I would like to get at least my website done.
I can help you with all that. I'm going to school for all that, girl.
Oh, there we
go. That's why.
There we go.
That's why she reached out. She knew about my takeover marketing.
Yes. I've also heard a lot of people having managers, and now I'm interested in maybe finding a manager or somebody that wants to manage me. At first I was very skeptical about it, but I think that I know I can do it myself, but I don't have the conectas, you know? They do have the conectas.
Yeah, they have that little knowledge, that extra knowledge you need to get to the next step.
Because I would like to, I know my capacity. I know the type of psychic I am and the capacity that I have, and everything that I say is true. So I would really like to work with big people.
So you want to open doors for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Do you think there's a lot of traffic for it here in El Paso?
Traffic
for like for your business.
Oh, you know what? Before doing TikTok, I don't think so, because I was doing it down low. I remember, I remember like it was just, certain people, and they would message me, and it was really down low. And even on Facebook and Instagram, it was not too open to this. I got into TikTok by accident. Before being TikTok, it was called Musical.ly, if you remember. So my oldest son used to have the Musical.ly. And I remember watching him when he was little. He was like 7, and he was doing the dances, and I'd be like, that's kind of dumb, It was the same old dance.
I always said to myself, I'm never getting any of that shit, social media like that. Look at me now.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to all my people, all my followers, doggy.
My 2 followers.
So I would see him, and I'd be like, what the hell, So one time he would use my phone, and one time I was about to take it off, but that's when it had become TikTok. And I was like, do you need this? Because I'm going to take it off. And before I took it off, I started to scroll through it. And then I'm like, oh, shit, this is actually cool. This is actually pretty cool.
I need that.
I need that, yeah. I need to dance like that.
Chola style.
So I was like, how can we change your information to mine so that I could be, mine? And he helped me with that, because I'm telling you, I'm not very tech savvy. But he helped me with that. And then I started to see that TikTok was actually very open to spirituality. And that was very new to me, because on Facebook, it was like, no.
Haters.
That's not it.
Devil.
There's no community for the spirituality. And when I started to see that, I was like, oh, this is going to be a hit for me then. Yeah. So really TikTok has, opened a lot of doors for me, but it's also opened doors to haters, and you're exposed to that,
Yeah, you're going to get them, especially if it's social media or anything on the internet. You're always going to get the best out of it and the worst out of it.
Someone said it. I think it's I'm not sure, but it's they say they're hating because you're doing something right.
Yeah, I heard that too.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Yeah, because they want to beat
us. Exactly, and it's just
not anus because they ain't us.
You're
progressing in the.
You're clearing up the anus.
I'm clearing out the anus.
Is it dark or?
Bleached. No. Your favorite.
Yes, it is.
Because you're progressing and establishing in the category that's in your
field.
Beliefs in your field. Exactly, in your field. And there's always going to be a community with that. Like that's crazy, because when the internet started, I started seeing like a GTA community, and then there's a car community,
fucking
there's like a
corn community,
sneaker community. Fucking, and there is, bro. People, it's a group chat for people trying to hire for fiestas all the time. And there's a community for everything.
The Starbucks community.
Exactly. And like
she's like, fuck Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Our old previous guest was saying that she found her personality as well on TikTok. And I low-key, like, I tell this guy, like, I like sports a lot, and I have a sports page. And when I post something about wrestling, that shit blows the biggest thing up, and people save it. And I realize that that's a community that people like. Just because I like it, there's going to be other billions.
One of my brothers was a wrestler at Chuy. I remember.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm talking lucha libre, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Chuy's like, I'm a wrestler in bed. But have you ever thought about maybe having your own little studio or like a store, like somewhere where?
So like, a lot of people tell me that. In fact, one of the haters,
hater number 3,408.
Yeah, 0.5.
0.5 to the -2.
Actually, and I don't even want to talk about this, but it's part of it, right? He has a store here in El Paso, and he was talking shit about me on TikTok, and he was saying like, te crees muy chingona, you don't even have a store. And I'm like, I don't need a store.
Damn.
How do you say that? That's last generation.
Sheesh.
I mean, truthfully, most of my clients are from out of El Paso.
Right,
they're out of states. They're not even in
Where
the city.
Where are you going to spend money on a space?
So why am I going to rent a building and pay rent for the building, pay rent for my apartment, pay everything that I pay for what?
Yeah.
I can perfectly work how I keep working right now. Like,
I'm sorry. Chuy.
That was me. Yeah, I'm getting
once every fucking episode.
I don't know why I didn't put it on Do Not Disturb, but even I'm getting.
Can you do a cleansing on this guy to make sure that he
le paso los huevos.
Que no trae el güey.
But no, back to it. Like I was.
Dile a la tóxica que ya.
Ya. Dile que ahorita
que soy bruja, no soy otra.
Ando con una bruja. Don't piss me off right now.
You guys are funny. Back to it. Yeah, you're right. You have the power and the access of why you're gonna rent a building. Why are you gonna pay for rent when people can just.
Yeah. It's online now.
You can go on live, and I'm pretty sure you have a community.
I don't think that defines me as a psychic, you know, because I remember he even said, "Oh, I have a big banner like with my name." I don't need a banner.
Yeah, but are you on the Takeover Show, motherfucker? No, you're not. You piece of shit. Don't put any brujería on me, though.
I don't.
Yo por eso no dije nada, güey.
Nah, man, I gotta stand up for my friends, dude.
I don't need a banner, you know, like
you got the
banner.
Yeah,
like
I got a TikTok.
I'm a walking banner.
There you go. Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm the brand. Shit. Like it's me, dude.
And have your fans? Do they like communicate with you or like?
Yes.
Besides,
so I decided to have a business phone. Because you know that when people were saying they're gonna close TikTok, and I went out and I said no, they're not.
When Trump was saying
all that? I was like, no, they're not. We're gonna keep TikTok.
That's right.
But I thought the first way of communication was through Instagram. It was just IG messaging, right? The DMs. But then at that point, I'm like, oh shit, like I really have to keep my business going, right? So I opened a business phone. So my business phone is on my link tree on my bio on all my social media, which is TikTok and Instagram. And my phone number is right there. And it's a 915 number.
Let them know your number.
It is, phone number? Yes, my number is 915-305-9415. Text only, please, because if you call me, it's kind of weird, you know? Like, I know I worked at a call center before, but how do I answer? Like,
hello, this is Jessica.
Soy la bruja, maruja. ¿Qué se te ofrece?
Segundo Barrio.
¿Quieres el limpio con los huevos?
¿Cuántos huevos necesitas?
It's kind of weird, you know? So just text me. I will text you back. You know, when I see your message as soon as I can. And I hope to get a lot more people from El Paso because I'm very proud to be from El Paso.
Yeah, and we like that, man. We love that. Yeah, hit her up, guys.
If you're all into this, like, give her a shot.
Yeah, or even if you're not and you're you know curious and you have some questions.
Yeah, not talking on the real, like I don't do limpias because that really takes a lot of your energy.
Right.
And in my experience, I've seen a lot of people who do limpias that end up really sick.
Right.
And I don't want to get exposed to that because I have kids to take care of, you know.
No, yeah, definitely. And also, you know, with the high prices of food, fucking eggs could get expensive.
Remember when the huevos were $5? Dude, that was fucking crazy, huh? I know.
That's when you stop doing the cleansing.
I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit.
Whether you bring your own eggs.
Mira, ¿me traes los huevos?
That's funny. All right, guys. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to get into the chismes with a boy Chuy. And Chuy, you ready for this, Chuy?
Yeah, before we get into the chisme, I want to bring up a video that was on your profile right quick. Yeah, go for it.
Dime.
Sin miedo al éxito.
Sin miedo. This one
no
right
muerdo.
Here. You want to turn it up real quick?
Nomás hago brujería, pero no muerdo.
¿Quién te está mandando brujería, hechicería, magia negra, vudú? O who is hating on you? Te vas a hacer una limpia con una piedra alumbre, alum stone en inglés, y la consiguen hasta en Amazon, ¿ok? Y luego la van a poner en un sartén caliente, puede ser una, ¿cómo se dice? Un comal.
Ahorita, that looks good.
Tiene que ser pues algo caliente.
Hielito.
Van a dejar que se derrita. El sartén tiene que ser ya viejo, uno que no quieran porque ya no lo van a poder volver a usar para cocinar. Y aquí se les va a formar la cara de la persona, la inicial de la persona, el cuerpo de la persona o alguna señal que te va a indicar quién es esa persona que te está haciendo trabajos de brujería, hechicería, magia negra, vudú, o que te está deseando mal. Háganlo y me cuentan.
Yeah, on that one you could see La Santa Muerte. So right there you can see the skull. On the first shot you could see the skull.
Go back.
The shape of the skull. But like that you can see the Santa Muerte.
That is crazy.
Yes.
Dude, you know what? I'm going to try this one of these days. And then I'm going to be pissed off if I see fucking popcorn and fucking gummies and shit. And
that's
I know who it is.
If you see a worm, that's him.
Why a worm?
Está enojado.
I'm like, call me the fat
It's
worm.
not even that big.
It's because growing up, they would call me the worm from Bugs
Nadie me quiere, todos me odian, mejor me como
That's not a worm, that's a caterpillar, bro. All right, Chuy, let's get into these a couple of topics that we got before we have to get on out of here.
Let's do it.
Pregúntame.
All right, guys, welcome back. Are you ready for these chismes?
Tell me.
I got you right here. So on this one, right quick. Have you seen
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
mine? Why?
Dude,
Okay.
answer the fucking
Okay, well
question.
then ask.
Or
No, okay, well no, mejor tú pregúntame a mí. Ask me.
what's your favorite kind of cheese?
Chisme.
I like that. Oh, man.
That's Chuy's favorite. Chuy, come on, let's get into it, bro.
All right, guys. Have you seen what's happening with the Ozempic crisis?
Ozempic? Oh, that you lose weight and stuff?
Yes.
Maybe I should get on that shit.
I wouldn't recommend it because apparently it's a diabetes medicine, correct? And people are abusing it, like you said, for
I didn't even know about this. What is that? What was this? It's a medicine that to lose weight?
Famous people are using it.
So
A woman will suffer diarrhea for the rest of her life after she used Ozempic to lose weight. The woman is one of a dozen patients who have filed lawsuits against the maker of the drug after it left them with crippling stomach paralysis. 23-year-old Brea Hand said she required 5 hospital visits before doctors diagnosed her with gastroparesis. And Zacharia Gregory was hospitalized for 4 weeks and had her gallbladder removed because of complications.
What the? At least she lost weight, no?
Accused of failing to
I mean, they're skinny now.
about the risk of gastroparesis on the drug's packaging. A woman will suffer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've heard that a lot.
So what are your thoughts on that? Would you risk it for the biscuit?
You know what? Just in my personal opinion, I don't think I would ever take any substances to lose weight unless like it's like doctor. But I don't know. I mean, you're able to exercise, eat healthier. That's the only way to really naturally lose weight. I wouldn't do it, and I'm glad because shit like this could happen. But Jessica, are you down or what?
No. You know, every time I say that I'm on TikTok, I'm on social media, not because I'm a model, I'm not an influencer, I'm a psychic medium. Yo no me tengo que operar, yo no tengo que bajar de peso. I'm very comfortable with who I am because I know who I am as a person. And I'm very comfortable in my skin. Obviously, yes, I mean, I've been skinny back in high school. I mean, that was probably like my only skinny days back then. But I love myself, and I think that's the most important part. Because you can get all the surgeries you want, pero si tú no te quieres como persona, si no
Siempre
te aceptas,
vas a ser gordo.
Siempre te vas a ver un defecto.
Yeah.
Yes, and if you see it, or if you think about it, a lot of people who get surgeries don't only get one surgery. They get another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, because they're always trying to perfect something that they find imperfect. And we're never going to be perfect. So, obviously que sí. I mean, a veces cuando me miro más cachetona, digo, shit, you know, like...
But that's you, Chuy, Uy, Gooey.
¿Qué, güey? ¿Te gustan?
Yeah, why not?
Los del Chuy?
Los del Chuy. That's what we're talking about, right?
Los tuyos.
Nah, man, no. Los míos, nomás on the weekend, güey.
Stupid.
But have you ever had anybody like hit you up to like give them a spell to lose weight or something like that?
Yes, they're like, yeah, no, for real. Y luego
Don't expose me.
Lo más pendejo es que hay gente que dice que sí. Yo, I can help you with the weight loss candle. And I'm like, bitch.
All you gotta do is not eat for 7 days and it'll come true.
I wouldn't. You think that me as a bruja, I wouldn't have tried that shit already? Like, come on now. You know, like, ya tuviera bien pinche flaca.
That's true. Very true. All right, Chuy, what's the next one here, dude?
On to the next one, guys. Have you heard what's going on with Alec Baldwin?
No.
So, in the set back, I think last year,
almost 2 years ago.
He was filming out in New Mexico, and he picked up a prop gun. He was acting. Shot it.
Oh, and it was real?
Yeah.
And it ended up killing like one of the camera personnel.
Yeah, a camera guy. And they were going back and forth, like, who's responsible? Like, why is that gun even there loaded in the first, like, you know? So they went on a whole investigation, and turns out the brother...
Grand jury in New Mexico indicted Alec Baldwin on Friday on a charge of involuntary manslaughter after accidentally shooting cinematographer Helena Hutchins on the set of Rust. Hutchins was fatally shot after Baldwin was handed a loaded gun during a rehearsal, which ultimately went off. The decision to indict Baldwin was announced today after a New Mexico grand jury heard evidence presented by special prosecutors Carrie Morrissey and Jason Lewis. He was charged with 1 count of involuntary manslaughter. If convicted, Baldwin could face up to 18 months in prison. A trial date has not been set.
Damn. I don't know how I feel about that, dude.
But do we have the person who gave it to him?
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And from what I was hearing and looking into it, they always have a safety guy or somebody that takes care of the weapons. Because some of these are real, you know, but they're always filled with blanks. I wouldn't know why you would put real bullets in them.
That's why I'm asking, like, who gave it to him? Because to me, that would be the responsible person.
Yeah, exactly. But so, yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, dude, if this guy was just doing his job and acting, you know, and if it was unintentional, why is he getting charged? And I know he's getting charged for manslaughter, right? But I mean, come on, a drunk driver kills somebody, that's also manslaughter. But,
you know what? When my nephew passed, the guy who killed him, he only had 6 years. He got 6 years. And by the time he got, you know, to trial and they gave him the 6 years, he had already done 3. So they counted the time in. So he only did 3 more and he was out. And I've always questioned that. I wonder why when, you know, there's homicide involved, why they get so little time, but like you do something else and you get like 10 years.
Yeah, he would have been caught with like a pound of marijuana. He would have been in jail for 30 years and shit. But that's it's very unfortunate and it sucks, man. I don't know. That's why I don't carry guns, dude. All right, Chuy, what's going on next, man? What's going on?
I want to give a shout out to Fit Fam on this. So.
Yeah, shout out to Fit Fam.
Fit Fam unblocked me.
Yeah?
Yeah, they blocked me on Instagram.
Oh, wow, she's one of those?
Damn.
But I didn't do anything wrong. I think that because I did put that I was a bruja, maybe they got scared.
That, you know what? Real quick, one of our videos went pretty viral with Fit Fam. It got over 200,000 views and stuff, and you should see on the comments how many people are like, hey, fuck those guys. They blocked me. I didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing. Oh, that's all they said.
I think well, in my case, I think that because I said that I was a bruja. But I don't know.
Fucking, it's 2024, dude. Why are you fucking judging?
Yeah.
Right? I could be a dog if I want to.
Yeah.
Right? Anyways, Chuy, what's going on in this video right here, dude?
Well, you tell me. What do you see?
So FitFam released a video and it says shit's going down in Fabens, and it's a bunch of, it looks military, like SWAT and police officers all surrounding a place. Dude, that's, I mean, if it's something that huge, that many police officers for one dude,
there's even a helicopter.
A fucking helicopter. Do you know what happened, Chuy? Do you know the backstory to this?
Well, as I was reading the comments on this one, guys, it's just 5-star classic, but like valiendo madre la merca, fuck, that's a real Señor de los Cielos bus. Just done with it, bro. Like Dario fucking puts laughing, like fucking stupid.
I think a lot of these either have to do with drugs or smuggling, right? But I don't know about you, Jessica, but I think since I was probably 20, I feel like the crime has maybe even doubled,
increased. And you know what? Yeah. I talked about this on TikTok, and I'm not trying to be by any way, shape, or form racist, because in fact I went out to help the immigrants in Sacred Heart on Christmas. Mm-hmm. But I feel that all the military that is not from El Paso and immigrants that are not from El Paso, we have increased a lot of crime in the city. Not to say that El Paso does not have criminals, because we do, but I feel that our crime has increased since we have outsiders.
There's got to be some stats or something like that would show like how different it's been, or who are these people that have gotten in trouble or arrested. And I'm pretty sure, because I mean a lot of the times you do hear like from Fort Bliss, but the guy's not even from El Paso.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And
like the shooter.
Mm-hmm. That people that come from outside El Paso. And remember, we were the safest city for years. Yeah. I mean, we were.
And then right next to Juarez, which is crazy.
Yes. Wait. America's #1 safest city for years, right across the border, when it was a lot of.
With the most dangerous city in the world.
What's your opinion? Oh, and I don't mean to cut you guys off. El Paso or Juarez is safer right
now? I'm still gonna go with, I love Juarez. My parents are both from Ciudad Juarez, and I love Juarez, but I'm gonna go still with El Paso.
True.
I agree with
you. I mean, you're from the east side, no?
I'm from Segundo.
Yeah.
Right now.
I agree.
That's all the criminals. That's where all the criminals are from.
I agree, but I feel like El Paso has like harder stuff going on now. Like,
yeah, it's spilled over, but also I've said it before. I think it's also
it's
also the fact that we have social media now. And it's so big, so news can go around so many times. Yeah. I wonder how many car accidents or arrests we missed when there wasn't social media, right? Because the TV station's not gonna pick it up, or all of them,
right?
But now you're seeing everything from like a small traffic stop to like this big event that happened on Fabent.
Yeah. Look what it said right there. It said Fifth Fam needs to make an El Paso Netflix series.
No, they do, or like cops need to do their own thing back over here again. Start a show. But that's crazy. Well, that was Chismes with our boy Chuy dog. Thank you, Chuy.
I appreciate
some good chismes. Do you have any chismes that you'd like to talk about?
¿No
te gusta el chisme?
Sí, me gusta, me encanta. Yo todo el tiempo estoy hablando de chisme.
El favorite cheese.
El favorite cheese.
El favorite cheese.
I like that. I like that.
That's what we should change this thing for, right? And we should
What's your favorite cheese?
Speaking of
Poblano. El chisme, güey.
El chisme. All right, guys. Well,
¿Poblano or cheese?
Yeah, it's poblano.
No, dude. Poblano es el chile. ¿Te gusta el chile?
Oh, that's right. The chile poblano. You see,
it's coming out.
It's coming out, man. The truth is coming out.
It's okay. I'm inclusive.
Like she said, if you don't have to like it, but it's the truth.
Yeah. I'm inclusive. I love everybody.
All right, guys. So we're coming down towards the back end of this episode. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go around this table and we're gonna give our last words. We're gonna start off with Mr. Chile Lover over here, Chuy. Chuy, any final words, bro?
El chiludo.
El chiludo. Chuy we gooey.
No, honestly, I appreciate you coming, spitting your knowledge, and putting us all on like what it means to be, I guess, a bruja in your words.
Do you feel a little bit more comfortable now, Chuy?
Yeah, honestly.
Like now that you understand it more.
Would you let me pasarte los huevos o no?
Oh, come on, Chuy.
No me gustan los huevos.
You're gonna like it.
You gotta try one thing in life, dog. Right?
Te pasas, Nico, te pasas.
All right.
No, I appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Buena Vida for letting us run on base again in here. But honestly, you have an interesting story, and anybody that likes that kind of stuff in town or wants to give it a shot, go ahead and check her out. One more time, it's at J.Z, JDOTZEE. On Instagram and TikTok. Don't look for the fake ones.
Yeah, we'll make sure to have the right links to her actual pages. So.
And be open. Don't.
Yeah. And if you want to hate, go ahead and hate, dude. That's fine.
Or just keep it to yourself.
The world needs haters.
Yeah. Una señora me dijo, like, if they're not talking, preocúpate si no hablan de ti. You know, worry when they're not talking about you because you're not doing shit. But if they talk about you, it's because you're doing something.
Or even if they were to say, like, you're the worst psychic ever I've ever heard of. And then you'd be like, well, at least you've heard of me.
Yeah.
Right? But thank you. And Jessica, any final words for you?
Go Cowboys.
Oh!
I didn't want to bring that up. Fuck them boys.
Nah. Everybody's got their own thing, man. A whole hour and a half. You know what, guys? I wasn't even recording, dude. I wasn't even recording. Not just kidding. I'm kidding. It's because she said Cowboys. I was like, I gotta delete this shit right now. But no.
No, I would like to say thank you for having me. Gracias por la oportunidad. I love El Paso, so I hope that more people from El Paso join my family, because that's what I call my followers on TikTok. They're more than followers, they're a family. We are a family. We know each other's stories. We were always there for each other. I do have a son with autism, so I have a lot of my family are mothers with sons or children with autism. Okay. So we support each other and everything, not just the psychic, but we're really there as a support group for each other.
As mom power.
Yeah. So awesome. If you are interested, go follow me and become part of my family. I will welcome you there. And I'm all about El Paso, so 915, puro 915.
Sheesh, straight from Segundo Barrio.
It's a 915.
It's a 915 thing.
Hey, yeah, that's right.
Gracias a Buena Vida por tenernos aquí ahora.
Yeah, well, Jessica, thank you so much. I really, really was interested and couldn't wait to get through this. Like I told her before I came, before when we had already scheduled it, I was pretty excited. And then, when I would ask people, or people would ask me, who you have next? And when I would tell them, they'd be like, oh, no. Dude,
don't do that.
Cross, and then
they're like, why?
Agua bendita.
Yeah, he's like, you're going to need a lot of eggs for that.
Agua bendita.
Some holy water.
So he texts me, he's like, what water option should I get? And I was like, ese way. And then before I even reply, he's like, What? What you put?
Some holy water.
He's like Fiji, and then the other one, and then he's like, "Oh,
I'm from Segundo. I'm humble. I like the Nestle.
Yeah.
It's cheap."
Yeah, but thank you so much. Like, thank you. It's been great. I love your character. I love that you could just be so down to earth.
Yeah,
and I think that helps even more when you're able to connect to people. And so once again, guys, if you guys are watching and you guys are interested, or even if you're not and you just want to check it out, please make sure to follow, guys. Follow. This is all about El Paso. Our show is all about El Paso, and we're trying to expose the best of El Paso, and our girl here is one of them. So thank you one more time. Thank you everybody watching and listening, guys. Shout out to our boys over here at Buena Vida CBD. Make sure you guys hit them up. Other than that, guys, you guys make sure to stay safe. All right, don't forget the eggs, and above all, y'all stay fresh. We are out.
Have a good night.